Hello, everyone. I hope my live stream is up. Um, we're going to start in just a couple of minutes with the April 5th to the 12th weekly reading for Gemini. Let's just see. All right. So hopefully everybody is in and the stream has started. I never know when my stream starts because my streaming software is kind of out of sync with the YouTube video. So in any case, here I am. All right. Hello, everyone. So before we get into it, just reminding you all that this month, April, I am giving away the Beautiful Creatures Tarot deck. It's a beautiful deck and guidebook set. Really very nice. And I'll be using it in the weekly readings this week for the generals. I'm waiting for my Mystic Moon Oracle deck to arrive tomorrow. And then I'll be taking care of the weekly love readings also. So let's give it a few minutes to get a couple of people to come and join us, and then we're going to get into the usual weekly reading, right? My regulars know we start off with the romance angel messages, and then we get into the animal spirits, and then I'll pull out 3 forecasts for your week. All right, so and all you need to do to be in the running, by the way, for that Beautiful Creatures Tarot deck for April is just subscribe to my channel and just leave me a comment somewhere letting me know that you're interested. That's all you have to do. Okay, so it's a beautiful deck, and I'm going to enjoy using it for these weekly general outlooks. All right, let's get into it. Almost a minute there. For my lovely Geminis, straight out we have wedding. All right, some of you may be going to a wedding, dealing with wedding plans, children for some of you. And we have playfulness. All right, so very, very nice. Interesting, nice cards. Let's get into your animal spirits. Wedding, children, and playfulness. It's nice. Sometimes children come up for relationships that are quite young or new. Hello, Starby. How you doing? Yes, everything is well, dear. I hope you're doing well. I hope all my watchers and everyone out there is doing well for sure. These are strange times we're living in, aren't they? So, but we persevere, right? Everyone's persevering. Everyone's carrying on. My readings have really highlighted, certainly for my collective, that this is a very powerful time for a lot of you. A lot of you are having epiphanies, you're having transcendence, you're changing your whole outlook on life and the world, and as it were, and your place in it. Certainly my readings have been highlighting that. But let's get your animal spirits out and see. And if you're new to my channel, go to my homepage, check out my playlists and my videos. I do monthlies and weeklies, and sometimes people think I only do love readings, but this is a general right now. Here we go. We have the oyster, keeper of secrets and hidden treasures, patience, animal spirit for patience, the stingray, more water energy, the animal spirit for confidence and really standing up for yourself. And we have the swan. Wow. So you have 3 water elementals for your animal spirits this week, Gemini. So, yeah, you got a lot of sensitive things going on, a lot of emotions. I'm not really surprised with wedding, children, and playfulness. There is a lot of emotion around this week for you guys. Before we get into your spread with the Beautiful Creatures deck, let's go ahead and talk about your animal spirits. Now, the oyster. The oyster is a beautiful animal spirit. It is a water animal spirit, and it is really associated with, sorry, let me just check, make sure my stream's okay. It's really associated with patience, first and foremost, right? So patience and keeping secrets, right? Or keeping things hidden or protected, right? And a secret is something you keep hidden and protected. But the oyster is the highest animal spirit for patience. And patience in a sense of determination. They are an incredible creature in the sense that there is nothing that the oyster cannot achieve or does not achieve, right? Anything that the oyster kind of puts its mind to, it achieves ultimately in the end, simply because of its unending patience and ability to keep at a task. The other thing with the oyster spirit is that it is the keeper of secrets and hidden treasures. What do we know about oysters in the wild? We find pearls in them, you know. But nevertheless, these pearls, hidden treasures, right? One thing you may not know is that they're created because of the constant infiltration of soot that is irritated and irritated and irritated. And eventually, this pearl forms. So there's an ability to this animal spirit to withstand a lot. Sometimes the oyster needs to let go. Right? Sometimes the oyster needs to let go and let some of these hidden treasures out. Now, I'm not saying tell secrets, but what I am saying is that, right, and that they should be comfortable enough to let the world see. And so in this way, sometimes letting go is something that oyster spirit is being challenged to do, or challenging you to do. Now, the stingray is more water energy, and the stingray is associated with, being able to have that strength and confidence to stand up to the status quo, or to stand up to a situation that has been maybe manipulating you, or where you've been sort of working to satisfy other people's desires rather than your own. Right? Just to be in a position of maybe submission to a certain degree, but not submission that you want, right? Not anything like that you desire. It's unhappy, right? But it requires a certain amount of courage and confidence for you to stand up to that. That could be dealing with family or friends or society, or anything like that around you. Even at work, it's developing that spine, that self-confidence. And it's also, because we're talking about a water elemental, we're also talking about the ability to know that your feelings are valid, right? To have your feelings validated within themselves, to yourself, and not to necessarily need anybody else to validate them. So in that sense, we're talking about standing up for yourself, right? Now, the swan is yet the third water energy animal spirit for you this week, Gemini. So, like I say, you guys are feeling a very sensitive week, very artistic, I would say, emotional also. The swan is associated with refinement, right? Refinement and elegance, beauty, of course. The swan is one of those totem animals that is associated with art and beauty and literature. Here we're talking about specifically that desire to take whatever. We're not only just talking about people who make things or who are painters or musicians. We're just talking about because creativity is everywhere. We're talking about the essence of creativity and artistry here, right? In any way, shape, or form. But the spirit of the swan is that feeling of wanting to refine it, to get better at it, maybe to take it to that next level. An example would be, for instance, if you suddenly now are studying under a great master in your field, or if you're now sort of undertaking a project that's really expanding sort of your limits within your capabilities or skills within a certain area of your life, and this new project is going to take you to new levels of refinement with regard to your talent. This is what we're talking about with the swan. It's a very specific animal spirit energy that's very, very nice for somebody who's trying to master a particular creative or artistic skill that they have. All right, let's get right into it. And that includes beauty as well. So the swan is the animal spirit for beauty. So that's for people who are perhaps in the beauty industry, right? Or, artists in that way, makeup artists or what have you. That will be something that would be falling under the spirit of the swan also. All right, guys. Hello, Black Tree. My computer, my laptop is on the side, so while I'm reading, I generally don't look over. Look, cards are falling out. And so every now and again, I'll look over and I'll see you guys chatting. Don't forget, I'm giving this deck away this month in April. My tarot deck giveaway for April is this deck that I'm using today, the Beautiful Creatures deck. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment letting me know if you're interested in the giveaway. Of course, it's obvious that you're getting a brand new deck and not the one I'm using. I would imagine that's obvious. King of Pentacles, excuse me, Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and you have You Are the One. Interesting. So You Are the One is an extra card in this deck. It is not part of the traditional tarot spread. It's extra in the Beautiful Creatures deck, and I'll talk about it in a minute. Queen of Pentacles is what some of you are coming in with. So Queen of Pentacles energy, of course, we're talking about putting that emotion into your work, into your, we have ambition, right? Here the card is ambition. We're talking about putting that emotional effort, right? Being emotionally invested, that emotional investment into whatever it is you're trying to manifest with regard to your job or your career or your work. It's ambition, right? It's that desire to get good at something. So this is very interesting. This definitely reminds me of Spirit of the Swan coming in a lot of ways. And this week you come in and you're met with a Ten of Pentacles. This is a strong reading for some Geminis out there who are going to have a phenomenal week. Ten of Pentacles energy comes in for you, which is abundance. And I mean, for here in this deck, it's called legacy. But it's the type of abundance and stability that comes in that, yes, indeed, it resonates you up to such a level that now you are you have arrived, right? You have arrived, you sort of made that name for yourself, or you've reached that level of stability, certainly where you don't have to worry about certain levels of need anymore, right? With regard to abundance and material possessions. Very, very strong. By the end of the week, you round off with You Are the One. And like I said, You Are the One is an extra card in this deck. And it really talks about authenticity. That's what it's called, authenticity. But it's that feeling of, wow, you know, I'm really being myself, and this is the right thing. It's a knowing, it's a reaffirmation that you are absolutely fulfilling your destiny. You are absolutely being true to who you are. You are also, a lot of times, authenticity will come up at a time when you are being praised or acknowledged for who you are. And so the reaffirmations are coming in from those around you to just really remind you that you are authentic and unique, and there's a certain level of, I want to say, attention coming your way, as well as pride, you know, for yourself, you know, pride and an exhilaration that you have kind of arrived where you wanted to arrive, right? And because of your own sort of blood, sweat, and tears, because Queen of Pentacles she's the queen who works her way up to that level of regality and abundance and luxury, right? She luxuriates is the word I was looking for in her garden now, but after a long period of working. So this is something that you very much deserve, and it's coming in for some of you Geminis this week. Queen of Swords, another queen. We have, let's do it like this. We have the World card and 16, Decadence. Wow. The decadence of it all. 16 major arcana. In this deck, it's called the Decadence. In the traditional deck, it's the Tower. All right. Wow. Queen of Swords is some of you coming in with more queen energy. So more emotional energy, sensitive energy, right? We're talking about now giving rise vocally and with the way you express yourself to those around you in a very honest and fair way, being very honest about what you want, what you desire. Right? Again, authenticity being an extra card in the deck, for it to come up is a little bit special because you're resonating with authenticity everywhere around. Even your spirit animals are resonating with degrees of authenticity or establishing your individuality. And here you're coming in with Queen of Swords. So for some of you, you're having a lot of discussions this week with people about the way things need to be. Coming into the week, you get the World energy coming in, and it feels good. You feel like you're on the right track with a particular idea or plan that you had. Again, this plan or idea that you've been sort of maybe working on coming into this week in the last few weeks, resonating with this Queen of Swords, may have been some kind of strategy or something that you may have been implementing at work or in your private life, whatever the case may be. It's a very specific idea It's an idea that's meant to help, and you're very emotionally invested in this plan or idea or strategy that you're trying to put in place or that you're going on, right? And so this week with this world card, you're just getting reaffirmations that everything is working out all right. However, by the end of the week, you get the decadence card, which it's interesting they call it the decadence here in a Beautiful Creatures Tarot, but it is the Tower, right? We're talking about abruption. Here it is called abruption, and that's what Tower really is. It's like, it's like when everything's swimming along nicely and you think you're all right, and then boom, suddenly this divine intervention comes in and shows you that things are really upside down. And so some of you are everything's coasting along very nicely, but you're going to have a real kind of wake up later on this week in some area. It could be as a result of you tackling things with this Queen of Swords energy where you're just not holding any prisoners or prisoners, right? You're not taking any prisoners. And so with Queen of Swords, like, you're requiring people to be really fair, really honest, right? And that might be challenging to certain people. So what you're going to have for some of you by the end of the week, you're going to have a real shocker. And I think that shocker is going to be the reaction, perhaps, or the emotions or the exchange that you have with certain people in your life as a result of the stance that you're taking with the Queen of Swords. All right, so let's get your third and final spread out. It's interesting. A lot of people are doing that, this April, standing up for themselves and their ideas. All right, we have the Wheel, Five of Pentacles, and the Chariot. All right, let me make sure everybody can see all of this. It's a new spread, so I'm trying to get it all in there. All right, guys. So the Wheel of Fortune, Five of Pentacles, and the Chariot. So for some of you, you're coming into this week with the Wheel of Fortune turning. There's a lot of changes, but there's a lot of incredible opportunities coming in, right? And it's like, wow, am I going to take the opportunity? Am I going to? For some of you, it almost feels to me like that Spirit of the Swan might be one of the opportunities coming in, an opportunity to sort of refine your skills, refine whatever your practice is or whatever it is that you do for your living, right? Or that you do for your soul or spirit, that craft, right? Whatever the wheel is turning for it, there are changes afoot. Generally, the Wheel of Fortune is bringing in fortune, or certainly bringing in opportunities that are fortunate, that are good opportunities, that are not going to be a waste of time. As long as you're putting your effort in, you're going to get something good out of it. You're coming into this week, however, you have a Five of Pentacles energy, so there's a setback. There's a lot of, in this deck it's called the card for poverty, but Five of Pentacles is a situation where oftentimes, because of some dynamic you were caught up in, right? Some power struggle or power dynamic you were caught up in, whether it's with a person, with a group of people, with parts of society, whatever the case is, there was a power struggle, and you're effectively the one who has to pay the price. You're often effectively the one who's kind of turned out in the cold and brought to a situation of having to rebuild, or to be put, as they say here, to a situation of poverty. So this is interesting. Five of Pentacles has been showing up a lot because this has been happening with a lot of people right now, just due to the circumstances. So you're dealing with the experiences of this and the effects of this week. Although you're coming in with a sense of good luck and good fortune coming your way, you are dealing with the effect of this Five of Pentacles place that you and many of us are at. But by the end of the week, things come into motion. Things start to change and you start to see a road ahead. And I think that that's down to this Wheel of Fortune, because there are special opportunities coming your way that you are going to be able to take advantage of, that I believe will really quickly change your luck, really quickly change your outlook, certainly with Chariot coming out. The Chariot has shown up, by the way, for a lot of readings so far this week. So a lot of us are about to start a whole new sort of chapter in our lives, a whole new, I want to say, adventure in our lives, right? So it's quite interesting to me that at times like this where we think or we know we're doing... excuse me, we know we are dealing with a lot of different stressors, right, and pressures on us. A lot of you are finding new adventure. A lot of you are changing your outlooks and you're standing up to certain situations, but the world keeps showing up also for people. And Ten of Pentacles, abundance and rewards are coming in. Stability is coming in. A lot of people are also finding empowerment happening this April to stand up to certain situations, to recalibrate their path. So it's a very good, it's a very, very good outlook. I'm going to leave it at that for my lovely Geminis. Thank you so much. Don't forget to let me know if you're interested in the Beautiful Creatures Tarot Deck and Guidebook Box Set giveaway. This is the April giveaway, and all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel and let me know that you're interested. And that's it, right? All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Leave me a comment, all of that good stuff. Let me know how you like the new background. For my regulars, this is a different background, right? So let me know how you like it. In any case, I'm going to sign off, and I should be back later on this evening with the next zodiac sign, I believe, is Cancer. We'll be moving on to Cancer, Gemini, for the weekly general reading. And don't forget to check me out tomorrow when I start the love readings after my Mystic Moon Oracle deck arrives. I'm so excited. All right, guys, for right now, I'm just going to say have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for your weekly general outlook. I love you. Bye-bye.